The reason I propose that question,
Yeah.
I have frequented Jamaat Khanas too.
Sorry?
Ismailis Jamaat Khanas.
Okay.
And I have seen, I've been a witness, I have sat among them, that just because if you say something in Arabic, it sounds like you made it more authentic and perhaps it was derived from the Quran. And literally my jaw fell. And I said, wait a minute here. All in their prayer book, they call it a book, the dua book, just because it was in Arabic, they had a whole slew of names of their imams which they follow. And there were some other praising things, nothing wrong. I mean, I'm not saying they're wrong, because anybody can praise anybody and that's the prerogative. It's okay with me. But that's where my mind started flipping here, that everyone takes advantage of someone's ignorance because it is not in the language we are conveying the message. So I was always wondering, I can see your analysis of putting the Arabic and then conveying the spirit, because you want to be in it, not out of the game. I understand your perspective.
No, I didn't say in it, out, or I didn't.
Well, the reason is because if you go by Arabic, you can, transpose now that in the language you see and you can connect it. Arabic is not my mother tongue. Excuse me just for a moment. Arabic is not my mother tongue.
No,
so one can pray anything.
No,
it means nothing to me. It's Greek to me.
No.
So in the Jamaat Khana,
Yeah.
when I have their book, their dua book, and it's in Arabic, and all the audience sitting, all this, my smiley friends, they are reading it in Arabic.
Yeah.
But it's not from the Quran.
Yeah.
That's what threw me off. And trust me on this,
What are
brother.
you saying? I don't understand.
No,
When you say a dua in Arabic, it is falling on deaf ear on the majority of the people.
No, I understand this.
Why can we pray that?
No, I'll answer you. You're Punjabi, I suppose.
I can be one.
No, I'm asking.
Yes.
You speak Punjabi, you speak Urdu, you speak any other
I
language?
try.
Huh?
Yes.
3 at least you speak.
I try.
Why did you learn Arabic? It's your fault. This is the problem. This is hold on a minute. I have come across many people, the same question you told me.
Right.
They can speak their language, they speak other language, they can speak other language. Why they don't want to learn the Quranic Arabic?
Nothing wrong with it.
No, nothing, you must.
Right.
Why not?
But here's
You can't say why Arabic. You must say, why did I learn Arabic? I'm a Muslim.
Right.
Why I come to America, I speak English language.
Right.
I speak Urdu language in Pakistan. My language is Punjabi. But I will never learn to Arabic. Why not?
Brother, here
No, my question is why not you? Not you means the whole mankind.
I understand. You're addressing
No, I'm talking about the whole Muslim world.
Right.
Why they don't know Quranic? I'm not talking about the Arabic language because she knows that she has also knows the Quranic Arabic is different.
True.
So why they don't want to ponder? What is why should not read in Arabic? Why not you learn the Quranic Arabic language?
Brother, here is the thing.
Yes.
Okay. I do understand.
And I tell you, the guys who are the most illiterate people in Pakistan know Arabic language.
Yes.
Why?
That's precisely my point.
Why?
I am with you.
No.
Now let me explain.
You're not listening.
Okay.
You're not listening. The most illiterate person in Pakistan knows Arabic language.
Yeah, right.
All the Pashtuns know Arabic language.
Sure.
Why not us?
Okay.
It is our fault. It is our fault. We are Muslims, brother. We can speak 2-3 different languages, but we don't want to know the Quran. Allah revealed the Quranic Arabic. We must know the Quran Arabic. I'm not talking about Arabic.
Alhamdulillah, I am with you. But let me.
That is why it should be recited Arabic, because the revelation.
Okay, let me go a step further on the very subject you're saying. First of all, I understand where you're coming from, and it is.
No, I'm not coming from anywhere.
No, meaning that I understand.
Simple
But here is the question, brother.
Yes.
Ask any Hafiz.
Yes.
They will narrate the whole Quran.
They don't
If you
understand.
ask, no. I'm going to your point here now. I can ask any Hafiz, and he'll go out and he will say all of the verses, right? Let me ask him the meanings of it. He doesn't know. So even if I have read it, but for every ayat, I don't know the meaning.
Of course.
Because that's not my mother tongue.
Yes, you
It's
know the
nobody's
meaning.
mother tongue. Excuse me,
You
sir.
know the meaning.
No, excuse me. The Quran
Yes.
is
Can
nobody's
I ask
mother
you a
tongue.
question?
And that's just one thing. You must understand, Quran is not the mother tongue of Arabic. Arab scholars, I've spoken to Arab scholars. And he came to me and he says, this is Arabic, this is your translation, I don't believe this. Arabs. He was a big scholar. I said, I'll prove it to you, you will believe this. Should I? Should I prove it to you now? My translation when I speak I can prove this is Arabic. And I can tell you. And I can show you how it is. When the spirit, I'm telling you, when the spirit comes of a Naya, it is transferred in any language of the world, it will remain the same. Like 2 plus 2, just hold on. 2 into 2 is equal to 4. It can never be in Urdu 2, 2 duri 5 nahi hoga. It will remain 4. So Arabic text, Quranic Arabic text, translated remains the same. But if you know the spirit, if you do not get the spirit, whether you read in translation or in your mother tongue Arabic language, not Quranic Arabic, you will not understand anything. Reading it in Arabic language, who speaks Arabic language, she speaks Arabic language. Just now I showed her fi, he and fi, ha. It was there all time, she couldn't see it. Not he, there are many scholars couldn't see it. So it is not the question of knowing the language. It is the question how much you are dedicated to God, to know the understanding of message. We can do jobs and learn English, we can do other things and why can't we know Quranic Arabic? I told you I don't know Arabic language. Believe me, I don't know Arabic language.
You do.
No, Quranic.
I will tell you how.
So Quranic Arabic I'm trying to understand.
Yes.
So when you just go from that who those verses are.
There is a word, you know the Arabic, I will read to you. وَكَذَلِكَ أَوْحَيْنَا إِلَيْكَ رُوحًا مِنْ أَمْرِنَا. We have inspired you, the ruh, the spirit, from my order. مَا كُنْتَ تَدْرِي مَا الْكِتَابُ وَلَا الْإِيمَانُ. What you comprehend the book, you never have the comprehension of the book. Until unless وَكَذَلِكَ أَوْحَيْنَا إِلَيْكَ رُوحًا مِنْ أَمْرِنَا. So we have inspired the spirit to you by our order. Then he said, Ma kunta tadri mal kitab wal iman. Before the inspiration, you did not know the book. You didn't have the comprehension of the book. And what should we believe? So the inspiration must come to you. If you take up the real verse, and if there is no inspiration, they are just hanging in the air. So you see, until Allah helps you, it doesn't connect. I'm telling you, I've been doing for 26, 7 years. It has to connect from God. The collection has to be from God. So what man does is hit and try. He said, okay, this ayat means this. This means this. Then you take away the wrong. Okay, this ayat means this. So if they keep on doing it, and if there is no contradiction, but the connectivity is there, you can say something from God. No contradiction. If you put something in it, there will be contradiction. That's the truth. Is it from God or not? How a man does is by hit and try. You say, okay, this ayat means this, and this relevant ayat means this, and this relevant ayat means this. And if there is no connectivity, if suppose it means what God says, so it will join in and make a picture. So you know it is coming from God, there will be no contradiction. But if it is coming from God, no contradiction, not coming from God, there will be any contradiction.
That's true.
Does it make sense?
If people work from other than Allah, it would be much contradiction.
Yeah. Other than God, if somebody says,
Give us meaning of ayah. If you don't get that,
yeah,
I think that the next ayah.
will not join in.
Which was similar, just half percent.
Yeah. And then you think that it was mentioned that and there was a context in the ayah in the Quran, and in context he said this, how can it be here? And this ayah was in that context, and this ayah was in that context. And you get so confused, honestly. So he said, no, it has to be linked by God. So Allah said, وَإِذَا بَدَّلْنَا آيَةً مَكَانًا. When we change the place with an ayah, with another ayah. وَاللَّهُ أَعْلَمُ بِمَا يُنَزِّلُ. Allah knows more. Yes, that is why changing the place in your mind. The place of the ayah is changing your mind. The place of the ayah in different surahs are different. They are all places separate place. We are taking one topic. So when you ponder it, then Allah changes the place. So this ayah comes here, and after that this ayah comes here, and this ayah comes here, and then the photo is made by God. والله أعلم بما ينزل. Allah knows more what He قالوا إنما أنت مفتر. They say you invented. بل أكثرهم لا يعلمون. But the majority of the people don't understand how he is educating by changing the place of an eye with another.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
All right. I've compiled a list of ayah that I call the usual suspects.
Usual
The usual suspects.
suspects.
Yes. It means whenever I'm talking to non-Muslims, these are the verses they'll come back at me with. They'll say, this proves that Islam is evil.
Okay.
Top of the list, for example, is An-Nisa 34.
Sorry?
An-Nisa 34.
434.
Oh, no, these are all the
The one which talks
Okay. Now you talk about the beating now.
Yes, that's one. I've been told that the word
Yeah, brother.
is basically has so many meanings that it doesn't necessarily mean beat.
Okay.
Is that your understanding as well?
She's a woman now.
I know.
They're a woman. Are you married now? She's not married, I suppose. You are not married. Yeah. For them, I think I cannot answer. But at least something they will agree. You see, beating, I first of all understand the beating as people are taking and beating women. That I don't believe that. You ask doctors, there's a time when when a man or woman gets into shock, how they bring back to normal. What they do?
Well, elevating.
No, it's just shock.
Oh, when they go to cardiac arrest?
They slap also, they do this,
Yeah.
actually they physically try to bring that condition out of that condition. Women's psyche is basically emotional. And whatever says fact. If you would like to argue with me, then I can argue that. They're emotionally, they've got a bigger brain than men. They can do multitasking at one time. He can't do it, I can't do it. And every woman competes with a man in multitask, she will always beat the man.
She reminds me of that often.
Yeah, that's true. And their hearing is very fast. They can hear 3-4 things at a time. She could listen, every woman who was sitting was listening to her also, and was listening to me also, and what they are talking, she will listen to them also. At 3-4 times they can listen. You understand? These are women. I'm not saying bad, but they are designed in a different manner. They can listen 2-3 things at one time. They can watch a movie, they can talk to the telephone, hello, how are you? Yes, if I come and close the TV, say, why? Oh, don't open it, I'm watching the TV. Because they can watch TV, they can talk, they can cook, and they take the child, care of the child, multitask. And they will be perfect. So sometimes, because they're emotionally, when they get stressed, so their different emotions are jammed. They are in a way in a state of shock. So from that shock relief you have to strike. Not beating. Yes.
Okay, but
You are a doctor, you can understand what I'm talking about.
I understand exactly what you're saying. Is it a bahunna, right? Like,
No, I'm not talking about Yadri Gunna.
But daraba, right? Like,
No, I didn't say daraba. I didn't use the word daraba. I just said that women go into that phase, which I call them, they're in that emotion.
You can shake them out of it.
Yes, but men don't.
But,
I will not back that off.
okay, good.
What I am trying to say is that there is a condition among women that they, not necessarily all the time, but sometimes they go into that condition where their emotions are jammed. So just to shake them up, that's what beating is.
Yeah, I can
By
understand
psychology,
shaking
yes.
them or separate from them.
But how the doctors do it?
Yeah, I've seen them do it. They slap them out.
That's what I'm
They-
saying.
You know, they do.
So they don't slap with full-blooded slap. No, they just
Okay.
remove that shockness. Then they come to their normal senses. So in that condition, God is telling to beat them up.
Yeah, they put it.
The doctors are hitting with a hand, huh?
But there's one with the staff. There's one with the yamin.
I'll
Staff ka tha.
No, what I'm trying to convey is the
The
message.
thing is, just that Christians, they come and they attack us with this.
No, but people have done. You don't have to defend what is going wrong in the world.
Yeah.
I did not back the concept which is going wrong. I will not back that up, but I will stick what God says. Strike means strike. In that context, I explained.
Actually, it says Darabahuna, and Darabahuna does not mean strike merely. That means also means to present forward. That also means to bring an example of, and that also means to break the relationship. Darab is the one. If you are talking about strike, then Darab is the one where you make a Darab and make pash. Can you go?
No.
Okay. So that is disconnecting the relationship as well.
No, I got 2 wives and I got many wives. I have seen people, I have never slapped my wife.
I'm talking about...
No, I'm talking, yes, I'm telling you, the emotions disbalance of women is because of menstruation cycle. And it is 100% fact. Women, when they come into the menstrual cycle, their psyches change. So Allah said, stay away from them. Do not go near them until they are purified. We are not talking about the impurity, but we are talking about the psyche is disturbed. And once the psyche is disturbed, they get irritated, they started arguing and for nothing. And you are living in boxes, so they will start arguing with you, and you try to explain, they don't want to explanation. Even you give them explanation, they will never listen and agree to it because they are not in normal sense. I'm not saying they become psycho, but they become different. In my lifetime, believe me, when I came to decide, before I was talking, arguing, discussing with my normal, and our relation was bad. Again, it was versifying. Worst. Sorry?
Brother Shaikh, there is an issue here. There's something very interesting you brought up on this subject. We live in this modern day and age.
Yes.
Where, let's talk about where we are.
Where we are?
Where we are in Houston, we are in Texas, we are America.
Okay.
In America,
Yes.
you touch a woman,
Yes.
you say, oh, he touched me,
Okay.
he hit me,
Okay.
he beat me.
Okay.
How are we going to handle as Quran instructs us?
No, the Quran is, you must understand, first of all, a man who is not practicing Quran, but is a Muslim. A man is not his wife is not practicing Quran, but she is a Muslim. If we touch her, the punishment to the police give the right punishment. In my house, the police will not come, even in Houston, if I strike my wife. Because, listen to me, hold on, she will not call the police because she knows that I was stuck. Because she knows I was not in my shape. You must understand, women knows, and then they cry. Why they got into that situation, and then they also get hurt. That with their husband, this problem, issue came up. But a good, healthy husband, I'm talking not the people drinking and slapping and kicking and this.
No, I do understand that.
So I'm telling you, I've never struck my wife in 30 years, 1 or 2 times. Not one, in 30 years of my life with 6 kids. Just to shaken them up.
I understand.
No, so what I'm saying, they are not bad. You must understand the question, if you believe and practice. You see, you make a woman problematic because you have relationship psychologically and sometimes physically during sex menses. How you already made her wrong. Now she gets hurt, and then when the pieces are apart, she brings forward her, because women don't forget, remember this. They've got a very good memory. They can remember, they recall all what you've done past.
And they never forgive you.
And they will never, because, no, they should not. I agree, because you are hurting them, because Allah said, get away from them, you are getting close to them.
Brother Shaikh,
Sorry.
I will bring to your attention one verse.
Yes.
God can give you an example of a Muslim.
Yes.
And the word given there, word used there is...
Love. Yeah, I know.
So, giving an example is also the
No, Allah strikes an example. Not example is not.
Now, I'll come to the strike part.
No, just hold on. You referring as if Daraba is the example. No, Allah says Allah strikes an example.
Daraba doesn't mean
I know
strike
it.
alone.
Of course,
It
I
means
understand.
that also to present out is Daraba.
Okay. Let's what because he also knows, he also understands. Let's put this 434. Excuse me, we very important words. Walk away. Now I read, and the first is sermon them, sermon them, separate them in beds and walk away from them. Walk away from them. That's your understanding. Huh?
The word has got meaning.
Yeah, I understand this. Of course I know. But walk away is nowhere in this whole Quran. But I'm just taking for the sake of discussion, nowhere the walk away will, I know other places where the other people have translated other places. So if she walks away from, you walk away from them means what? Separate them? No, I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Because it says separate them from beds.
No, not just from that.
No, before it is not written, I've separated them. It says separate them from their beds. So I've already separated them. Why? I've already separated them from my beds. So they're already away from me. I've separated them from my beds. That means I've separated them. So why walk away? They're already separated. They all walked out away. The first verse it says sermon them and separate them from the beds. So that means they're already separated. So why is she walking away? While I'm walking, they already mentioned that they're separated.
That's only partial separation.
You see, it says separate them from their bed. So when I'm separated them from I've separated my wife from my bed, they are separated. I'm not talking to her, I'm not sleeping with her, she's separated. Now, furthermore, what you want me to say that I have to do?
I can't include, like, the word hand is not there. A Christian showed it to me.
No, I'm asking you, give me a meaning, brother.
How does it?
You just don't give me the meaning of that word here, what meaning I should put.
Okay, the second meaning is used
Yeah.
in a place where
No, here. Anything.
I'm giving you verses where the different meanings are used.
I know. I don't want those meanings. You give me a correct meaning which you think this word will fit.
I'm fitting it from the...
Apart from strike.
Yeah, next one.
Give me one.
Allah Ta'ala said, O Moses, strike your staff on the...
No, you're giving the meaning of strike.
Hold on, no, it's not here. Strike your staff on the stone. And the stone got daraba into pieces.
Gush word 12.
Please, let me clarify what I'm saying.
What is this daraba?
Let me clarify one thing. We don't have to dispute the word what is daraba. I'm asking you, give me a meaning where the understanding of this word completes.
Splitting apart.
Okay, just hold on. Let me finish. The first is to sermon them. We don't disagree to that. I sermon my wife, and it says separate them from their beds. So I've already separated. So I'm not in talking terms at all. I have separated. Now you want to separate further, where?
From the rest of the family.
From the rest of the family?
Divorce.
From her kids? You mean to...
Separation, split apart is what?
For temporary, like usually it cools down both people's heads when there's a temporary separation.
You mean you have to throw out
No.
in the house I have separated? Huh? You just don't talk in the air. You're talking about ayat.
I'm talking about ayat.
Ayat is said separate them from the beds. To me, separating from the beds is total separation. It is separated from bed is total separation, I'm telling you. If I say what?
That's total separation.
I can show you 4 months you can't separate your wife beyond 4 months.
Okay, if that is
There's
total
words in the
separation,
Quran.
then what Allah?
So, no, I'm just telling you, when I've separated my wife from the bed, that means I've separated her physically, psychologically and sexually. So she's already separate. Now what you mean separate further?
Adarbuna means disconnect the relationship.
I've already discussed with my wife. You can't bit any word, I'm challenging him, you can't. It has to come straight. Whatever Allah separate, He says you sermon them and separate them from the beds. When a man separates a wife from the bed, she knows that the man doesn't like to talk, nothing whatsoever. They are separated, they are separate already. And that is also a period of time the Quran mentions not more than 4 months. then you have to give the warning of talaq. It's mentioned in Surah Baqarah. You can separate them and you give them warning for 4 months. And then if you want to stick to it, then you say, okay, now I'm giving you talaq. So what I'm saying, and you can't throw them out. In the Quran, Allah says, whenever you start the process of separation, divorce, she has to be in the house. So I'm asking you, there is not any word you go into from any word from the Quran. The word daraba, I know there are different shades of meaning. I agree, 100% I agree. But you have to give me a meaning which fits in, because further it says, whatever the words you use, it says, فَإِنْ أَطَعْنَكُمْ فَلَا تَبْتَغُوا عَلَيْهِنَّ سَبِيلًا. By that word, strike, or by walk away, they will obey you. You understand? Whatever the word is, they have to obey you. This is فَإِنْ أَطَعْنَكُمْ. And if they obey you, when you will do these things? You will sermon them, you will separate them from the beds, and third we are discussing. Third we are saying walk away, they will start obeying you.
Obeying you in what? Could you clarify?
They have to obey you.
Maruf, right?
Of course.
Okay.
You must understand, in any case she has to obey you. In any case means if you are a believing woman, she will obey you. But if she is not a believer, she will not obey you. You know, in the Quran, you have to obey Allah, you have to obey the messenger, and the children has to obey the parents. And here, the wife has to obey the husband. For obeying. You know Allah, you don't obey Allah. You don't obey messenger. You don't obey your fathers, your parents. How she would obey you? Not you. This is the problem. Man just want to argue. I am telling you, we don't obey Allah. We don't obey messenger. In the true sense, how do you expect your wife should obey you? She doesn't obey you. And we don't obey our parents. In this ata', Arabic has used for four people. Allah, messenger, parents and wife has to obey the husband. Now you're talking about ma'ruf. I am trying to talk about Allah. Allah says something, you don't, I'm trying, I'm sorry, I can't do it, but Allah says, I'm still trying to. I'm not talking to you, I'm telling genuine people are like this. And then you bring the culture thing into Islam, and those things in America, they are right, because you are beating your wife, you mean badly. Allah is not allowed to do so. I'm saying he's not allowed that way. But what he's trying to tell you, you can't move away from that. We have to understand what he means strike. I understand that different meanings of the word. I've tried every meaning, it doesn't fit except strike.
Okay.